The smacking is all everyone can speak over. Certain people support Will Smith, other want him imprisoned, and still other wants the Oscar to revoke his award. So today we are going to debate what Will Smith did was right or what he did was wrong. So me, Jaideep Singh and Damanpreet Singh are going to talk about what Will Smith did was wrong, and on the contrary, Karandeep Singh Flora and Dhruv Sharma will talk about what Will Smith did was right. So there are two opinions, so we'll see that who will win the debate. What Will Smith did was wrong. We know that the joke that Chris made was offensive, but did it call for actual violence? In my opinion, it didn't call for actual violence because violence is something which can which is not right, and on a joke it's very wrong. So you can either complain or overlook or respond to certain comedian when you dislike a punchline, never your physical strength but your comments. Will Smith compared himself to every thug or a something like a terrorist attack to when he assaulted uh, Chris, but it was very wrong because assaulting is never the good option. You can take that something to social media and you can, you know, just talk about it and talk and take support from other actors that what Chris did was wrong. So talking about Jada, she's a skilled actress in her own right, so she can definitely defend herself. But the action that Will Smith did at the moment, I agree that it was a spontaneous action, but slapping Chris was not at all, acceptable. And during an award function, by standing and going to, and you know what, when at the starting, when Chris cracked that joke, he also laughed at that time, and it was like he was very calm with that thing, and he was laughing at the joke very politely. But suddenly, when he saw Jada Pinkett Smith, he stood up and just go to Chris and just smacked him very hard. So according to me, Will Smith was very wrong at that moment. And now I will hand over to Damanpreet Singh, and now he will tell you about the thoughts that what Will Smith did was very wrong. So now Damanpreet Singh will speak.
Okay. So, another point of view, one might argue what Will Smith did is ethically acceptable, as he intended to guard his family, and no doubt, family is undoubtedly the key to success in life. And I don't hesitate to say family is always first to consider before your job. However, can we really disagree our work and ignore the value that is incorporated through a slap on the public platform? Chris, being a comedian, was just cracking a joke, which is considered as a part of his profession. But his reflexes of Smith can never be ignored. We all are aware that Smith is the world famous actor who has won the Best Actor award, but he should be aware of how the film industry works. In my view, he should have considered the ethics and his responsibility towards his profession. He should have tolerated the joke as a part of the show. Ethic is the primary part uh, of any organization, which should always be catered to for his survival of any industry. Hence, I believe what Will Smith did was completely unethical. A man slapping another man to a show to show his bravery and guard his wife is a sexist act. In my opinion, view, Smith should have controlled his masculine ego by taking care of ethical behavior and should have talked to Chris backstage. It's a rightly said, ignorance is a bliss. One should handle certain peculiar situation peacefully, taking care of professional and family by acting in the right way. In the end, I would like to thank you everyone for listening, and I would really eager to listen to the other side from Karandeep and Dhruv.
Okay, Damanpreet Singh, thank you so much for your views. Just like you told, Chris Rock was right, well, he was just cracking jokes, but no one has the right to crack jokes on someone's illness. You know, Jada Smith was a very strong woman, and she had the power to conceal her illness from the society. And one of the most thing that she did right was showing it in the public, like her boldness, and because of which she is known as one of the most powerful women in this world. But cracking joke on her illness was very wrong. And what Chris Rock did was absolutely right, because it's a sudden emotion of a human being. Like if somebody cracks joke on me or my family, most probably I will also do the same thing, because it's in our human genes to react at that particular way. I completely agree. Like jokes about unhappiness are best kind of community, because in my perspective they sheds light on one of the most serious topics. Even so, controversies do arise in that humor, and there is no except guidelines for humor, that there should be a particular type of humor that does not harm any in particular individual. And this is what happened at 2022 Oscars. Chris Rock made a GI Jane joke about Smith wife, and in my opinion that was inaccurate, and that pumped Chris Rock, and that pumped Will Smith to take that action against Chris Rock. Jada Smith and her family has to adjust to the mental demands of the condition and the pace of their life, which has unconscionably shifted. It was surely demoralizing to see all this work and suffering being ignored just for the purpose of a joke. And I would like to hand over to Karandeep Singh Flora to shed more light on this topic.
In our opinion, Will Smith's behavior on Oscar night was appropriate given how Chris Rock had humiliated his wife. This is because it was his sudden reaction that come out at the time. Nobody can tell, nobody can ever tolerate such nuisance on their family member. Unfortunately, this entire event should have been handled in a different way. Moreover, unfortunately, this entire event should be handled off camera. Should not be should be seen to everyone in the public. And this is not a public matter, and this has caused problem for both of the actors. Mm, Conditions for Smith's wife got worse after listening such nuisance joke on her illness. Will Smith did absolutely right in slapping Chris Rock. This is because it was a sudden reaction that came at that time. Now, as a result of slapping, he has been permanently banned from the award shows for a period of 10 years. But he succeeded in making everyone feel sympathetic by publicly asserting the entire episode was the result of love and being protective. But slapping won't solve anything. Instead, he should have spoken to the person personally and privately away from the camera, which would more benefit for both of the actors.
Moreover, one more thing, like we are making jokes on an uh, individual's ability to overcome a disease. That's very, very, very wrong. We can make a joke on a human being, his personality, his looks, but we can't make a joke on his will, on individual's willpower to overcome such a dangerous disability or such a dangerous medical condition. So Chris Rock was very wrong in doing that, and the sudden reaction of Will Smith was absolutely right too.
Appropriate.
So in our opinion, he was very right, and this was all from our side.
Yeah.
But
And
I would like to ask a question.
Yeah.
Assaulting a man is right,
You are right. Like slapping someone or taking going physical against someone was wrong, but we can't say like how a particular individual will going to react. Like we can't just say like if you say something wrong about us or our family, how we gonna react. It depends upon the
but
situation, and
it's
the main thing was like how he made the joke of his wife's ability to overcome such a dangerous disease, and it affected him personally. We can't say like he should not have done that, because uh, I personally can't listen anything wrong about my family. So he was right in taking that. He was right in going against Chris Rock. We don't say like slapping him was right, but going against him was absolutely right.
But
Moreover, what you give, you take.
no, but
It's the
I
simple
would
thing,
like
you know?
to, when
But the
you
violence
know,
is
on a road and you assault
unethical.
someone, there's a
Being
police complaint and there's something action going on that. But when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, there was no action on that.
Hmm.
There
Yeah.
was no complaint or no nothing. So
Yeah.
was
So
that
it
a celebrity is involved, so there's nothing, or what was that?
there was not such a condition of a celebrity. If Chris Rock wanted to take such an action against Will Smith, he would have taken, because Chris Rock is also a famous celebrity. It depends upon them, like if they wanted to take such an action or not. Like we are no one to judge like they didn't did that or it was not taken because he was a celebrity. Chris Rock was also an equal celebrity.
But it was live on social media, no? So it
It
was,
was right. Like there was criticism in the society about Will Smith action as well as Chris Rock's behavior. So
Yeah.
society is taking about take care about it, but it was personal decision of Chris Rock's to take a legal action against Will Smith. It we
so
are no one, like we can't
I'm
say
agreeing
anything.
that Chris Rock didn't, just filed a complaint, but
Yeah,
I'm just asking one question, that slapping was right or it was wrong?
we are also saying same thing. Slapping was not right, but going against him was
Yeah,
absolutely
we also agreed that a joke is something like, if you are cracking a joke, it should be treated like a joke, not you can assault somebody. So
yeah,
my
and
point is that,
Chris Rock was assaulting in the way he was cracking a joke, because cracking
Making
a
fun.
joke and making fun of someone illness is not a
yeah.
right way.
It's not a
but
joke.
So
if you
I
are a
think we made a
celebrity,
very
then
clear debate
you
on
should
this.
have.
So I hope the debate went well. So thank you so much for
Thank you
joining.
so much for
Thank you
your
so much.
opinions too.
Thank you.